Hey everybody, this is DeDrink64 and welcome to a video where, honestly, I just want to sit down and I just want to talk and I really just want to give my overall thoughts on the new season of MLP starting on the 15th of April, because now that we're actually into April, we're getting so much closer to the time. And yeah, I've done all these analysis videos in the past. I haven't just really sat down and just talked about my thoughts, just because I've been focused on analyzing the promos themselves and I haven't really had time to look at the series as a whole, where I think it's actually going, and just some fears I actually kind of have this season, because there's some things that could really fuck the season up and I don't want that to happen, but there is some things I think that could really screw the season up, just some worries that I have and some things I really want to see and think we can see. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, hoping it'll go well. But yeah, so starting off, and yeah, it's not really like I have a list for this or anything, but yeah, we're starting off with one of the things I really want to see from this season, and that's more use out of the cutie map. And yeah, we haven't really seen a lot of this. I feel like throughout season 5 and 6, we had a lot of opportunities to see this. Yeah, we got to see Las Pegasus in season 6, and that was cool and all, but that's about it in terms of really cool places we got to see with it. There is the whole of Equestria out there, and we have seen pretty much a small piece of it, really, at least to me. And I really hope there's more that they can do with this. I know there's more that they can do with this. There's a whole world out there to discover, and they've seen just basically a tiny piece of it, and that's such a shame. The amount of opportunities they've had with this cutie map. And I know a lot of people are going to go ahead and say that it's filler, that it really is just an excuse for a story, to have some plot in there for something to do, but it's not like that at all. There's a lot of opportunity to go see new places, meet new characters and stuff like that, and I don't know, they just seem to be really rushing past that and not really doing a lot with it. Which, at least to me, is such a shame, and there's so much more they can do with it, and so I do hope in Season 7 we'll see more use out of the cutie map. I don't think it's filler at all. I don't think it's just useful for the plot at all. I think there is stuff they can do with it. You know, put more use into the whole time travel aspect of it, like Starlight used it for evil. We can see some good in that, and there is some good in that, so I don't know, there's so much they can do with it. There's so much they haven't done with it, and it's such a shame. They've had 2 seasons to utilize it and they just haven't, especially in season 5 they hadn't, and I think that's one of the downsides of season 5. As much as I love it, it is my favourite season, but it's kind of sucks in that manner. In season 6 it used it better than season 5, but it still kind of was a bit shallow in that area. I don't know, it didn't go to, apart from obviously Las Pegasus, didn't really expand that much, so that's kind of a shame. I think the furthest we've gone out of our little bubble of Equestria is Starlight's town back in season 5, so really we need to see more from that, I feel. So yeah, anyway, moving on. One thing I do want to mention is that I feel like this season is going to be rushed, and that is something I've thought ever since hearing that, oh, season 7's coming in April sometime, and I'm just like, okay, that's going to be rushed to all hell. And I think the main reason for that is the movie. Just, we have the movie coming out in October time, and season 6, I believe, ended in like October, November last year. I don't remember the exact time. It was around that time anyway. And to see it come back so soon in April, it might not seem soon, but I really wasn't expecting it at least until around March. Sorry, not March, May or June time, something like that. But we never got that. It's coming in April, and that really is worrying me. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out that way, and it doesn't seem to be from what I've seen in terms of promos and clips, but it could be rushed, and that's something that really worries me, because while they have so much potential in this season, they really do, from what I've seen, it just feels like, you know, with the movie and everything that's going on, it feels like such a short space between season 6 and season 7, at least to me, that it's going to feel very rushed, and I hope that's not the case. But I don't know, that's just a worry that I've had since the very beginning, and it's just something that's really stuck with me. And I don't think it's going away until I actually see those first few episodes. So we'll get to that when we see it, but yeah. That's about all I want to say on that, but moving on, something that I would like to see from the season is the history of Equestria. See some backstory, see some things that we haven't seen of this world. Again, so much potential, and this is one of those things. Stuff like Starswell the Bearded, a character that we know virtually nothing about on the show, and you know, whether you consider the comics canon or not, we do want to see him on the show, at least I do. Add to that the fact that the comics are sort of tying in with the show with this season. There is an arc going on in the comics around this time that is going to sort of interlope with the show, so that's going to be really cool, and it makes the comics a lot more canon, so that's awesome. But yeah, we have not seen a lot of Star Swirl, and I need to see him on the show. I want to see more of that, see more of the history of what's happened in Equestria. You know, what happened before Discord. Did anything happen before, like, the three tribes teamed together and built Equestria? I don't know, that's something that'd be really interesting. I don't think they'd ever do anything like that far back, but it'd be pretty interesting. We have seen flashbacks before, but nothing of really this kind of scale, seeing like Star Swirl stuff, so that's really interesting. Now, just very quickly, one other small little worry that I have that kind of ties in with the whole cutie map aspect I talked about earlier is not seeing enough of the world, and that is again something that really worries me because this is a big world, at least from what I'm guessing from what I've seen in like maps and stuff. There's so much more we haven't seen on the show that could be seen, and it really opens a lot more for future seasons. This show could go on a lot longer if they explored these other areas and showed off a lot more stuff, but again, over the last 6 seasons they haven't really done that, so I don't know, maybe they've been panning this out for a while, I hope so, but yeah. Just in general, bottom line, we need to see more of the world, and I really hope Season 7 opens that up, because Season 6, even though the theme was supposed to be exploring Equestria, we didn't get that at all, guys, so really, Hasbro really have to step up the game on that one. So moving on to stuff that I would like to see is that they utilize Starlight more than in Season 6, because apart from the season finale, yeah, she didn't really do much. She was just the student who watched on from afar. Not much happened, really, and that's kind of a shame. I felt like she was more of a background character, at least to me than anything. I see her having potential. She's stronger than Twilight in terms of magic, and she can do so much more. And apart from To Where and Back Again, where even then, like, she was a hero, yes, but even then, like, she didn't do much but use friendship, so yeah. I don't know, there's so much you have to do with Starlight, and I feel like with what they seem to be doing, with sort of, you know, stopping Starlight from being a student and sending her away, possibly to the Crystal Empire, that really could utilize her a lot more, be a lot more helpful in episodes. Just so much more better, I feel, and I think Season 6 really needed to step up their game with Starlight, and I feel like Season 7 could very well do that. That's something I really hope they're going to pull off on. So moving straight on to stuff I don't want to see is, or at least I'm kind of worried about, is not having enough songs. Now, the actual synopsis for Season 7 in general said there's going to be 5 brand new original songs. Honestly, I wasn't happy with that. I know most seasons have more songs than that. I will tell you right now, probably this is the least amount of songs they've had in a season. I don't know how many Season 1 had, but 5 isn't a lot. 5 really isn't a lot, at least to me. I feel like seasons have had more, I know that much. So 5 isn't a lot, and it's really weird to see. And it really worries me. Daniel Ingram, I don't know where he's been, but probably working on the movie a lot more, obviously, but it does kind of worry me in a way, and I hope that the songs, for as little as they are going to be huge. There's going to be some really good ones in this season, and that's what I want to see. But not having a lot of songs, kind of a worry, because the songs are kind of one of the big, at least to me, selling points of the show, so yeah, because the music is absolutely gorgeous in this show, so yeah. Anyway, so moving on to stuff that I want to see from the show is we really need to see this season change from others. I know I've said this a lot to other people that I've talked to, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in videos before, but this show is getting incredibly formulaic, and it's sort of following the same sort of formula it always has. It's, here's a lesson, the episode follows the lesson, it's done. I feel like this season really needs to sort of tip that on its head in some way, which it seems to sort of be doing by having the first 2 episodes not be a 2-parter, which I'm on board with 100%. It's a nice change, it's a breath of fresh air, I love it. And yeah, just really, I just hope this one won't be as formulaic. Yes, you can have lessons in the episodes, that's not my problem. My problem is that every episode has the exact same repetitive formula, and it really gets annoying after a while. You can have a lesson inbuilt in those episodes, but really, it doesn't have to all amount to the same thing, which is just learning a lesson, so yeah. And don't just give me the argument that it's just for kids and they need to know this stuff. That doesn't matter anymore, that really doesn't. I think this show's got to a point now where more grown adults are watching it than kids, so really Hasbro need to be targeting this show towards the grown adults who are watching this show, towards the majority of the viewership. I don't know, that's just me. But that's something, I don't know, Hasbro don't seem to be doing that. In a way they do with the whole Legends of Equestria thing, and, you know, some of the comics are a bit more mature than the show, but really, Hasbro, you really need to start targeting this show to the wider audience, at least in my opinion. I don't know, that's just something that I thought about the show. But the last thing that I really want to talk about in this video is the fact that the show, in a way, at least to me, seems to be running out of ideas. Now, this isn't a huge thing, and I don't think it's true at all, but in a way, Season 6 was sort of the first season where we started to see repeating lessons, and I wasn't happy about that at all. I don't remember which episode it was, but there was an episode that featured a lesson that was strikingly similar, if not the same as a lesson from a previous episode. I think it was from Season 2, I don't remember exactly, but they are repeating lessons, and if that's the case, then what's the point in going on? I feel like that's what makes me think that this season is going to completely change its sort of formula, because if you're going to continue to repeat lessons, you're just going to start seeing the same stuff happening over and over again, and that's not something that this show can really do at this point. I mean, it'll get incredibly boring after a while unless you get those really hardcore fans who will watch it to the death, but at least to me, if you start to repeat the same lessons over and over again, it will start to get increasingly more boring, and that's just something I've found. But I don't know, that's just a problem that I see. The show seems to be running out of ideas, but I think with this season, they're sort of fixing a lot of the problems that older seasons have had, and God, I love that so much. I don't know, overall, I am looking forward to Season 7. Yes, there are things I'm worried about, but for the majority, it's stuff I'm really looking forward to. I do have faith in the season. Hopefully it won't backfire and fuck me up. I really want this to be good. I'm not saying Season 6 wasn't good at all, and maybe I'm having a little bit too much faith in this show, but I don't know, I just really want Season 7 and Season 8, which it looks like is happening compared to what John Delancey said on Twitter. This show really needs to succeed over the next 2 seasons, maybe even more. But I do see Season 8 being the end of the show, if at all. So yeah, anyway, that's about all I want to say in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.